Hello, Taurus, and welcome. Thank you so much for being here. This will be a general weekly reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising for July 22nd through July 28th, but dates are flexible. Also, it is a general reading, so it may very well not resonate with everyone. So take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. Okay, so you had a lot of cards jump out, Taurus. Just to explain, if you haven't been with me before, I asked for one card out of the major arcana for the energy that either surrounds the situation or that you're bringing to the situation or what have you. Then from the minor arcana, physical, mental, spiritual realm. So what's going on in your environment, what you're focused on, or your thoughts, your focus, what you're talking about, and the message from the spiritual realm, the universe. Okay, so with the devil energy here, Taurus, I feel as though the energy around this is that you are focused kind of like on old thought habits, thought patterns. Okay, so we are each on our own spiritual journey, right? And the non-physical part of us expands, right? And then the human part of us kind of catches up with that, and we recognize our expansion. We recognize the new wisdom we've gained, right? So I feel as though the energy of this week, okay, so backtrack a second. So the way I look at it is we're always kind of like taking two steps forward and then one step back. That's kind of simplifying it, but just for sake of explaining it, right? So in our expansion, we take two steps forward, one step back. We never go completely back, right? We gain this wisdom and we take it with us, but sometimes we kind of falter a little bit and we fall back into old thought habits or ways of being in the world that we've basically left behind. We've expanded beyond, but there are those habits. We're human. The human part of us shows through in that situation. So that's what I'm feeling here with the Devil card, is that this might be a time period during which you take that step backward. Okay, and actually with the Seven of Cups here reversed, you had two cards jump out for your mental realm here. So let's start with this one. So it's the Seven of Cups reversed, okay, which, overwhelmed with choices or decisions or what have you. Maybe even people around you, but this is kind of like a negative feeling of overwhelmment, and I think again it's because of that, like, one step back, right? Falling back into an old thought pattern that you've really left behind. You know better how the universe works, and you've gained this wisdom. But again, if you don't have those back steps, then you can't really move forward, right? It's those back steps that provide us, or that lead us to, the new wisdom, the new expansion, right? So this is not necessarily a bad thing, Taurus. And in fact, it's not a bad thing. It's definitely not. It's just, I feel like it's a step backwards week. Okay. So again, I feel like here now with the Two of Swords reversed, it's really just emphasizing the lack of clarity that you just feel at this moment, right? That stepping back into a more murky way of thinking, or not currently recognizing your clarity and your expansion, the expansion you've already made. Okay, so not any problem at all here, Taurus. Not any problem at all. Okay, so in your physical realm, you have the Nine of Pentacles reversed on top, with the Three of Wands underneath that, and then the Six of Swords underneath that. So I feel like you're actually making your strides this week, Taurus. you are taking those figurative 2 steps forward this week, because I feel as though if this resonates with you, you might find yourself feeling a little unwell this week, a little under the weather. And I really feel it's because of this feeling of overwhelmment, the 1 step back, the overwhelmment, the indecision, the lack of clarity that you feel right now is going to may make you feel a little unwell this week is the word I'm getting, out of sorts, not yourself, okay? But during this week, you will also regain your inspiration to move forward and take that next step and take new action. Because underneath this, you have the 6 of Swords. So you're once again moving toward smoother waters, moving towards something better, moving towards more expansion. So I do like what's going on for you this week, Taurus, because again, it's not like necessarily a major feeling of unwellness. It might vary for each of you. There might be some of you that feel extreme overwhelmment and extreme lack of clarity. Each of us is different and responds differently and are at different levels or different locations, I should say, not levels, different locations on our paths. So, some of you might be feeling more out of sorts or more unwell than others. And for some, it's just feeling a little off, a little icky, but then you regain that. So let's take a look at the message from the universe here. So we have the 6 of Wands reversed. Okay, so I feel though, like here, Taurus, as though the universe is telling you that you're allowing other people to weigh in too much. Other people's opinions or thoughts or criticisms even have just recently mattered too much. In this situation, not always matter too much. You're listening too much about what other people are saying. And here's where the 7 of Cups then specifically comes in here. I feel as though this overwhelmment is you thinking too much about what other people want and what other people think and other people's opinions and what other people want from you. And that's why you're feeling this like lack of clarity about maybe specifically about what to do next. That's why you're feeling this 1 step backwards. But if you listen to the universe and disregard other people's opinions, other people's opinions of what you should do next, about how your journey should proceed, about actions that you take, it's not like disregard other people's feelings or anything like that. It's not be mean or anything, nothing like that. It's just that you should not let other people weigh in on your journey. It matters what is right for you, what is good for you. So if you can disregard other people's opinions, then you can allow in the Page of Pentacles, the new clarity about what's next for you in your journey, right? This Page of Pentacles energy of a message or about what's next in your physical journey, your earthly journey, your material world, your human experience, right? Continuing it, getting back on the path of it. That next step forward, those 2 steps forward. And with the 10 of Pentacles reversed here, I feel like this is the universe doubling down on, it's about you, your personal goals, where you are headed in this life, what you want, where you want this leg of the journey to end. Not end, okay, the journey is endless, but we do have beginnings and ends, right? So what's next for you to attain your goals in this physical earthly experience, in your human experience, in your material world? Okay, with this, if this were upright, it would be you and others, you and family, maybe past and future generations, it would be, but no, this is the universe telling you your personal goals matter. It's got to be about you, Taurus, at least in this week. this time period. This message is all about you. And even though you may, if this resonates with you, you may find yourself slipping back into this, the old thought habits. You will emerge from that, okay? You will turn this to, once again, to a feeling of utter well-being in your physical realm, okay? Because you're headed in the right direction after that. You do regain your balance and your focus. So Taurus, this is I really like this reading, okay? Lots of cards, lots of energy here. And I do feel though, like it's really all about energy this week, and you taking that one step back, which is sending you toward your next 2 steps forward, so to speak. I mean, it could be 3 steps forward for you, 4 steps. Again, it's just like kind of like the trying to just give you a visual or an understanding of what I mean about that. And maybe you take 2 steps back, but then you take 5 steps forward. But again, Taurus, it's really just some figurative language to try to express what I'm feeling here. Okay, Taurus. So again, general reading might not resonate with you, but if it does, it's all good, Taurus. You are continuing on your journey, and you attain more expansion this week. So Taurus, thank you so much for being with me, and really have a really wonderful, expansive week.